sin and sin. I am sin. This is
Ben.
You're a dork. I have like an extra set of boobs right there. And it seems like, I don't know if working out is going to get rid of it.
Nah, you ain't gotta complain. You just gotta keep moving, huh?
And then I got these.
Me, I think I started seeing changes after like maybe 6 months. No?
You see? Well,
Because I lost. I gained like 9.
that's a problem for me.
Yeah, my dad's saying I'm getting lost of it. I always do.
I see it. No, I told you that already.
You told me that.
Yes, I did.
Sure. Where?
I told you. I was playing with your whole chest.
Right here. No?
Definitely. I told you your arms were getting bigger. I did tell you that. Yes, I told you that.
You. French one.
Come on, we wasted time.
What?
I don't like the focus. Why is your thing so close?
I don't know, bro.
So we're gonna have to back it up. Back it up. Back it up. Back it up.
You really recording.
Back it up. I'm aware. Sorry guys, I ain't got no butt. So that was like a pointless show for y'all.
Clear as kiss of water. Smooth.
So today's video is basically going to be a relationship talks video titled How You Know They're the One. We've been together for a long time, but we do not have all the answers. So this list that we created is what we think was the criteria that let us know that we wanted to be together long term. So don't go thinking that we just gave y'all the blueprint on how to find your husband or how to find your wife or how to know whether or not your boyfriend or your girlfriend is going to be your husband or your wife. So let's put that disclaimer out there.
And by the way, I don't know her answers.
I don't know his either.
You know I'm so private. So she on the line.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Ladies first.
I always go first.
No.
We're not doing this again. No. No. No.
We're gonna keep the same
No.
momentum.
Nope.
Same
No. Nope.
old rules.
Number one.
Numero uno. When she is always willing to help.
In what way?
Last minute, 2 minutes before the homework is due. The homework, can you help me with the homework? It's 120 seconds before it's due. She's like,
Babe, be serious.
Why are you always so upset with me?
Because I don't understand what you were just doing.
What?
Be serious. You said she's always willing to help. We're trying to give people advice here, and you're like dancing and using retarded examples like 2 minutes before the homework is due. What does that mean?
It's pretty much when she's always willing to help, like maybe like you had let's say
I have an example.
let's say if I did it my car to be watched, for example. And I just asked her, she was like, yes, I'm on my way and I'm coming right now. Like little small details.
Or how about when you be like, oh, I gotta do something, can you pick me up from here to drop me off here and then bring me back here? And I don't complain, I just say, okay.
Yeah, these stuff, last minute stuff. And you know, like, we all adults, like, we just got like some personal things to do when she's like, I'll just jump. Go ahead.
That's your only example? Or did you want to give another one?
Nah.
Okay. My first one is that you're willing to put up with things that you're not willing to take from anyone else.
Such as?
Okay. I hate, despise, I just spit, sorry guys. I despise when I have a problem with someone and they ignore me. Like, that's enough for me to like cut you off forever.
Sorry, you can't two-person. Right?
No, this man ignores me when we have problems, and I just deal with it. I don't deal with it with anyone else. But I feel like if you're willing to deal, like there are certain things that you'll deal with, when it comes to your significant other that you won't deal with when it comes to other people. Or if you get into a new relationship, you'll say, if I get into a relationship with this person and they do this, that's a deal breaker. But once you find the one and you notice that, okay, this is what they do that you may not like, you're either going to deal with it or find ways to work around it.
Number 2, willing to compromise or want to make things work. For example, let's say if you argue, if we argue or we arguing, I'm like, I don't want to do this shit anymore. You're like, no, it's not even hard. You can't get through it. Well, most likely, I'm most likely like, say, effort. And you the one like, yeah, nah, we can.
I'm the brains of this operation.
We can surpass this.
I'm the brains of this operation.
And that explains a lot. That's why you have a. Go ahead.
You have a tendency to just want to just say, screw all of it.
I'm aware.
And I'm just like, okay, we'll just talk later. If it's that serious that you want to be left alone, we'll just talk later. But we're going to get through this. I don't give up. I hate to lose. So because of that, I refuse to lose.
Alright, go ahead.
Wait, there's another compromise that you missed out on. Children.
Oh, children. Okay.
I had to compromise.
Yeah.
He had to compromise.
Oh.
Yeah, because you said you only wanted one kid. I said I wanted 3. So we met in the middle.
No, I think you wanted 4, right?
No, I always said I wanted 3 because 3 is my lucky number. Technically, if the first one is an only child and the second one is twins, I win. But twins are not that common in my family, so.
I say God bless me.
Who knows? Blesses you with what?
When I put that on something.
Number 2, you
Somebody want that double.
You always put them first, you always remember them. One thing that I've noticed that I always do, I could be out with a group of people and I'm like, oh, Ben would like this. Let me bring some home for him. Or Ben would like this. Let me stop and get this for him. I know you don't do that. You always forget me. Always, 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 always forget me.
Nah, bro. Honestly, I always think about you, like when buying things like to bring home. God.
Yeah.
I always think about you.
Interesting. So like when was it? A couple days ago, you had to go out with the guys for the suits. And when I was out with your cousin and your aunt, because of the time frame that I was with your mom too, because we went looking for your mom's dress. When I was coming back, I saw the time that I was going to be getting back, and we were stopping at Dunkin' Donuts. And lately, this man has fallen in love with the hot caramel latte at Dunkin'. So at that time, the lattes were like $2. So I was like, oh, Ben would like this. He should be home by the time I get home. Let me grab him a latte.
That was the best latte ever, bro.
But
that latte had to speak to the latte, man.
Yeah, so you always put them first. Like if you're making a decision, you're always subconsciously thinking, how is this going to affect my significant other? Is my significant other going to approve? Is this going to be to the benefit of me or both of us? You know, you always put them first. You always include them in your life plans and things like that. That's when you know you had the one. Número 3.
Reason number 3.
Mm-hmm.
When she cares about you more than herself. I think it's pretty much just understand it. Sometimes you be eating, bruh, the leftover you left for me. I think you're gonna eat it.
Why?
Because pretty much you just show like a sign of that person versus me. When I finish eating that big
Every time. There are some times that I'll be sitting here hungry and I'm watching this man eating. Like this. Like I'm letting him know that I am watching him. And then he starts laughing. Did you want some? this one. But me, 9 times out of 10, I'm making 2 plates.
10 times out of 9.
I'm already making 2 plates. I don't even need to ask him, are you hungry? Sometimes I ask you, don't get me wrong. And sometimes I'll ask you, like, what do you want to eat? But a lot of times, like, if I know that I made him his favorite foods, that's it. I'm just making 2 plates. If I'm going out to eat, there are times where I'll pick something on the menu that I know Ben will like, because I know I don't eat a lot naturally. So I'll pick some.
What?
No, I'm saying as in because I know I'm going to have leftovers.
I eat like a mug.
So because I know I'm going to have leftovers, I'll take something that I know Ben would eat. You know, so then I know that I can come home with the leftovers.
So seafood.
Yeah, you like seafood. You love fries.
Oh.
You like wings.
Oh.
Yeah, so like I'll order things that I know, okay, Ben would like this, so let me get this and get that, so that whatever's left over, I'll just bring it home for them. Oh, we were still on your stuff. I'm over here talking like it's my number. Number 3, you feel compelled to take care of them even when you guys are upset with each other. Have you ever seen when like a lady is pissed off and she's making dinner? She's like slamming stuff. She's like, and she's like, here. That's probably me. I'm not the type, like, you know how they'll say there are 2 types of women in this world? The woman that will get upset and cheat, or versus the woman who will get upset and clean. I'm number 2. I'm gonna get upset and I'm either gonna clean the house or I'm gonna just stay in bed, or I literally just don't leave. I don't want to talk to nobody. I don't want to be around nobody. I just want to be left alone. So I always feel compelled, like even though we're not speaking, let's say for example, I had to make your food for you to go to work. Even if I'm pissed at you or you're pissed at me, I'm still going to make your food before you go to work. So like you feel compelled to take care of the person even though you don't particularly like them right now. You love them, but you don't like them at the moment. They kind of pissed you off, but you still feel like, okay, you know what, so-and-so person needs this done, so I'm just going to do it anyway. That's my numero 3. Numero 4.
Reason 4, willing to take the blame even though she's not wrong.
You never do that. You never do that. So I'm not the one? What's going on? I just learned something new. You never do that. Bruh. You never do that.
Yeah, sometimes we be having issues like, I'm like 50-50.
If he's wrong, he will say, I was wrong, I apologize. But if he knows he's not wrong, there is nothing anyone can say to make this man say, you know what, just to avoid an argument or to avoid problems, I'm gonna just take the blame. I have never. And when he's like in the right, believe me, I know. I just prefer to be right. So I'll go back and forth with you. So that's just me. I prefer to be right. Even if I'm wrong, I prefer to be right. So I will do my best to make the person understand why I feel like I'm right. That's just me. But if you're right, 9 times out of 10, I know it already. I just try to argue the opposite.
I once I said I'm not doing something, it'll be hard to do.
I am aware. I am very aware. Ben has his own timing. You cannot ask Ben to do. If you ask Ben to do something, you're basically telling him don't do it.
That's not good.
You're basically telling him don't do it. If I say, babe, can you wash the dishes today? He'll look at you. But if he comes home and he sees there are dishes in the sink, he's going to wash them. Just don't tell him to wash them. He'll wash them. Don't tell him to do it. That's Ben. What are we on, number 4?
Yeah.
Number 4, you can see a future without them, but you don't want to see a future without them. So it's like, you know that you can... So it's like, you know that you can survive without this person, because at the end of the day, like, life happens, you know. Sometimes relationships don't work out. You know, you have your own income, you have your own happiness on your own, but you prefer to share it with that person. Like, I know that if we were to break up, we'd be fine on our own, but I don't want to be without him.
I ain't gonna be fine, like, you gotta be thinking about it.
I didn't say I wasn't going to think about you. I'm saying I'll survive.
Oh, yeah.
Because at the end of the day, my life is not fully dependent on him, you know? So it's like, in that sense, you don't want to be without that person. You can, you'll survive without that person, but you don't want to see a future without them. Anything that you picture, you see that person in your future.
I think I'll survive after that. No.
Now, number 5.
Reason number 5, last one, ride or die.
Explain.
Will never say no to anything that you
I
have.
say no.
Nah, 5.
I say no.
What was that? Exactly. Crazy. You never say no.
Throw that at me and I'll kick you in the
That being said, she's gonna ride or die. But like,
I personally feel like I say no.
When was that?
I don't know, but I feel like I feel like I have.
No,
I probably barely say no.
never. Ride or die. Over there.
But there are certain things that I would say no to. Like, if you said, babe, let's go rob a bank, I'm not helping you rob no damn
Nah,
bank.
you gonna do it.
No, I wouldn't.
You're gonna be like, I'm not gonna rob it, but I'm just gonna drive the car.
No. I'm scared of prison.
bro, you're not only jail. You're not only jail. All you gotta say, just drive the car and drop me in front of the bank. And then I'm gonna get kicked you.
And then I have to take you where you need to go after the fact. So I'll be
I'm
driving
gonna-
the getaway car.
No, I'm gonna drive by myself, but I'm not getting out. I'm gonna get out. The news gonna be outside.
Lord. Yeah, I feel like there are situations where ride or die, like, doesn't factor. Like, if it's like a life or death situation, I would probably ride. Like, I'd probably take a bullet for you. I'm not gonna lie.
So this.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna be totally honest. Okay, my numero 5 is that your love for each other is on the same level. Listen, that one is serious, okay? Here's what I'm trying to say. I'm not trying to say that your love matches mine, but I'm trying to say as in, like, you're not loving someone or investing your all into someone who wouldn't do the same for you. I've seen so many situations where women have invested time, money, emotions into a man that didn't care about them. And you don't care about me? Answer the question.
I do care about you.
All right then. So why'd you make that statement?
Because I do not care.
Okay. So they invest into a man that doesn't care. Like, if you're putting your all into a man that cheats on you, putting your all into a man that abuses you, you're going out of your way for someone to like help them financially, and they wouldn't do the same for you. Your love is not on the same level at all whatsoever. I'm not saying that. I personally feel like in our relationship, I love him more.
No comment.
Yeah, because if you deny it, I'll punch you in the gut. I personally feel like I love him more. Okay, maybe I show it more. Do you agree or no? You a lie. Why you lying for the people them? Okay, I personally think that our relationship, in terms of what we're willing to invest into the relationship and all that jazz, is on the same level though. Because I feel like the same way Ben will ask me, hey, I need you to do something for me where it's going to require you to wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning. There's a chance that if I ask him to do that, if it's important enough, obviously, he would do it, you know? So I personally feel like a lot of times relationships that fail are because one person is invested and the other one is not. And you have to be willing to invest in your relationship, especially if you feel like they're the one. You have to be willing to invest finances, your time, your emotions, because at the end of the day, going back to, I think it was statement number 3, you're compelled to include this person in everything in your life at the end of the day. Once we're married, any decisions I make affect the both of us and vice versa, you know? So if you feel like you're making a decision and you don't have this person in mind, that's immediately means to an end for your relationship, you know? You have to be willing to invest. You have to be willing to love and love hard. There are going to be days where you love each other but you don't like each other. Yeah, that's pretty much it. There's no such thing as a relationship. I was just telling my little brother this. There's no such thing as a relationship where there are no arguments. You're always going to find things to argue about. There are going to be times where you guys don't see eye to eye. You're constantly butting heads, but you always overcome the problems. Once you see that any obstacle you endure, you come out stronger, you are with the one. And listen, ladies and gentlemen, our generation is so full of crappy men and women that when you find a gem, why do you keep kicking the back of my leg? Lock it down. With that being said, we ask that you like, comments. Do you have anything else to say?
No, that's all. Thank you
You
guys
never,
for
you
watching.
are such a small, like, you never speak. This is why a lot of people think that this is my channel.
It is. I'm just,
And
yeah,
my
lie.
name, it should have been Sin and Ben, because I do all the talking.
Oh, it's been insane.
Yeah.
Oh, see,
You didn't even read. You see, I created the name and I still put him first.
I'll give you all the credit for that. Man. You don't deserve credit.
With that being said, we ask that you like, comment, subscribe, smash that notification bell so that you guys are notified when we post again. Without further ado,
3, 4, 3.
Good cook.
what?
That's a good cook.